Hi there, welcome to Module 1, Lesson 1. Today you will be creating your own website that will house your ePortfolio. The first thing that you need to do is to go to Weebly.com, and here is the page that you will see. The accounts are free, and so you will be using your school Gmail accounts to create this website. So you're going to simply type in your full name, first and last, then you will put your email address here, and then you're going to use your password. I suggest using the password that goes along with your Gmail account or the password that you use to log into the computers. Regardless of the password that you use, please make sure that you add it to the white label inside of your reader's notebook so that you can keep track of what your password is. And then you will click Getting Started. Since I already have an account, I'm going to go to Login, which is what you will do after today. I'm going to type in my email address and log in. Now, I have several sites already created. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new one and make one with you as we go. This will be my ePortfolio site that I will be adding writings, reflections, and do all the same activities that you're going to be doing right along with you. And you can use my site as an example to help you along the way. So I'm going to click Add a Site. And now this is what your screen should look like once you start creating your account. And you want to click on the site. And you're going to choose a theme. Now, this may take you a little bit of time because there's lots of themes to choose from. This is how your site will be designed. You can choose something now, and then you can easily change it later on should you decide you want it to look a little bit differently. So we're going to scroll through to find the site that works best for us. And I'm just going to choose this one. And again, if you decide that this is not the one that you want to use, you're able to definitely switch this anytime that you want. Okay, so I've chosen the theme, my background of my page, and now it's asking you to choose your website domain. This simply means how will somebody be able to find your website? So what username or address, what address do you want to use for people to come to your site? You need to have it be your first and last name at Weebly.com. This will be easy for your classmates to find your website, your parents to find your website, and more importantly for me to find your website. So I'm going to type in, since this is mine, Mrs. Kern's ePortfolio. And you see that this is available. If it gives you a red X, that means that you're going to have to think of something else. And if any of you run into that problem, you need to let me know so that we can figure out how we will name your site. So, whenever you want to visit my site, you will just go to mrskerns.eportfolio.weebly.com. And you're going to hit continue. The other options that you have down here, this one costs money, and this one is if you already have an account. So like myself, since I already have several web pages through Weebly, I might use this one. However, this is the one that you want to use right up here on top. And click continue. Alright, now we're ready to get started working on the design aspect of our website. Now we're ready to start designing our website. You will notice that there are lots of buttons and tabs, and you might want to do trial and error to see what you want to do and what features will give you the design on your website of how you want it to look. We're just going to do some basic things right now, and trust me, as the lessons go on, you will be able to make the site much more personalized by adding pictures and some details about your lives. The very first thing, though, that I want you to do is I want you to notice right here across the top these different buttons. The first one is Build. The Build button does just that. It helps you build your website. You will notice you can add a title, text, pictures, slideshows, When we're ready to embed codes, things like YouTube videos or your Goodreads bookshelves, we'll use this one. As you go down through, there's additional things you can add. If you see something that has a star in the top left corner, those are items that are not available through the free app. Okay, if you upgrade to the professional Weebly page, then you have access to the search box, HD videos, and audios. However, for how we want to use the website, the free version is perfect. You can also put documents on here, YouTube videos, like I said. You can add polls if you want to do surveys, have a discussion board on your page. Those are all aspects that you can add using the build button. When you click on the design, this is where if you decide, oh, you know what, I just don't like this background, I want to change the theme. You can click this button, go through, and you're able to change the theme of your page. Some people will leave it the same way the entire school year, and some of you might decide you want to change it once a month because you get bored with it. The information on the page doesn't change, just the way that it looks is what will change. You can also change the fonts for your titles, your navigation bar, any text that you see, you have the option to change the way that it looks. You just want to make sure that as you play around with it, the point is for people to be able to read and to see your growth as a reader and a writer. So you want to choose fonts, sizes, and styles that will be easy for people to read. Okay? The other button that we're going to work on is Pages. This is going to help you set up the navigation bar on your website, and we'll come back to that in just a second. This is a place where you're going to add pages and then begin editing them. Okay, and like I said, we'll come back to that in just a second. We want to start on the build, and we're going to give our site a title. So you're going to click on it. Oops. And the title for your website is going to be your name. So I'm going to put Mrs. Kearns ePortfolio. That lets everyone know when they come to your website what they will find on this site. The next thing we want to do is we are going to work on the navigation bar, and that is this area right here. This is how people are going to travel through your website. Now, you do not have to hit save within Weebly. Okay, it will automatically save things for you. However, you do need to hit this publish button when you are ready for people to start seeing your work. What I like to do is I like to hit publish, and then you hit continue. We're going to categorize our website as education. Continue. And it is going to publish your site. Now, people can go to mrskearnseportfolio.weebly.com and see what we've been working on. So I'm going to actually go there. Now, I can't edit this page right here that you're looking at. This is what viewers will see of your site. So as I create things, I like to go back and look at what I've done just to make sure that it looks all right and catch any mistakes should I see some of them arise. Okay, so now that I have the option to look at my website as I go, you've published it, it's ready to go. You're going to click this X out. Publishing to me is like hitting save. So after every time I do something on my website, I like to hit publish so that it's updated immediately. Now we're going to work on our navigation bar. So in order to do that, we have to go to Pages. Now you need to have Home. Okay, that's a page that you definitely need to have. Now for the other pages, the About page, we're going to rename that. Okay, that is going to be called your Reading Response page. Okay, and so just title it Reading Response, and then should you want to start working on it, you could hit Save and Edit, and then you can start working on that page. The other page that you need to have is your Author's Corner page. This is a page where you're going to, after you've completed a final draft of all of our writings in class, you will post the final drafts to your Author's Corner page so that your classmates, parents, and anyone else who you give your web address to can read your writing. This allows you to have a bigger audience than just Mrs. Kearns for your writing. Okay? And eventually throughout the school year, you will also be reading and giving each other feedback on how your website looks and how your writing looks. Now, for right now, we need to add one more page. So we're going to click Add Page. Now, a standard page is just that. It's a normal page where you could add normal text, and the 3 pages we have right now are all standard pages. For this, though, you're going to go and create a blog page because you will be creating your reading blog where you're going to keep track of all of the books that you've read. This is going to be any book that you read independently, and you may also blog about the books that we read in class, whether it's picture books or the novels that we read. And this is just a place for you to share your opinions. Your classmates will have the opportunity to comment on your blog posts, and we will discuss that more later on. So I have my pages added, so I'm going to click Publish. Get rid of that little box. And now you will see that you have your home, reading response, and Author's Corner. Now I'm not sure why our blog page didn't show up, so let me go back to Pages. Oh, I must not have saved it. Blog page. Reading blog. I guess we'll click Save and Edit. That will take you right to that page. And now you will see that the navigation bar is set up. We have our home, reading response, Author's Corner, and reading blog. Right now, these are the only 4 pages that you need to have. As we get further into the school year, we will be adding additional pages to this site. And also, if I can convince some of your other teachers, we might have some sites for science, social studies, and possibly math. But for right now, these are the language arts pages that you need. This completes your Lesson 1 instruction. If you have any questions, you may look at my webpage for examples, or you may rewatch this video and use the checklist to make sure that your Lesson 1 is totally complete.